please. As always, we bring the best guests. We bring legendary guests, Akron legends, Midwest Kings. And today we have a very special guest. We got Romeo Travis, otherwise known as Rome. He came to take a seat. He said he saw Willie's podcast and he said this is something dope, so we want to be a part of this. And I take that as a great honor, but also something that we're doing here for the city and for the culture. So as we get to this conversation, I want to say please like, subscribe, stay tuned for more. Let's get to it.
Let's work.
My guy. So, like I said, man, we've crossed paths quite a few times. You know what I mean? I think we have a decent relationship, but I never got a chance to really sit down with you and talk to you. You know what I mean? Obviously, I think we have mutual friends in certain spaces, but this is an opportunity for me to get to know you better. And then obviously we're doing it publicly, so other people too. So tell me who Rome is, right? Who was Romeo before basketball, before all of that kind of stuff?
Just a quiet dude, chill dude. I say what's on my mind, but you know, as I got older, I got a little bit more abrasive with my words, and then I had to learn to scale that back because I started off very quiet, and then I found my voice, and then it was too loud, it was too much, and so then
For who?
I wanted to respect other people's feelings.
Okay.
I had a teammate in college. He was the first person to tell me, like, hey man, what you're saying is hurting my feelings. And I don't like it. And with the way you make me feel when you say things, it really, bothers me. And that was the first time I ever reflected on what I say could actually hurt people.
Yeah.
And then I started reflecting on all the things that I would say and how I would say them. Just because it's funny to me, that doesn't mean it's funny to everybody.
Right, yeah.
And so I had to really start reflecting on how I talk to people. Now, it took me a while for it to kick in, but I really started to watching my mouth. So that was me before basketball, man. Just somebody like to have fun, free flowing. I was a very angry man. That was a nickname of mine. Yeah, so I had to protect. Me being light skinned and I was something that I projected was an angry man ready to fight at any moment. I really didn't want to fight. I was like scared to fight for real.
Yeah.
But I had to project that so people didn't bother me. So that was something that I used to kind of protect myself when I was younger as well. So
wow.
Yeah, so that was who I was before basketball. I was just always in protection mode, just the way I grew up.
What was happening in your life that made you feel like you needed that type of mechanism?
I grew up around, you grew up around violence, right? Like, maybe not in the home, but just you're violent adjacent. Yeah. Like, you see people getting knocked out, and right in front of your apartment. Yeah. Like, you see people getting jumped, stumped out, like, getting jumped into gangs. So all these things are things that you like, man, I don't want to be that guy. Like, I'm not about to be getting knocked out. I'm not about to get jumped and all these things. So you learn to like different ways to protect yourself and prevent the violence coming directly towards you.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's interesting. Obviously, you grew up in Akron. Yeah. And I think people don't actually understand what Akron is like, especially as young black men growing up in Akron. I mean, it's different, a little different now, but I mean, I'm 31. I grew up in a certain space where I feel like I had to develop certain mechanisms, and that's why I am militant and why I am a little hard. But I've also, again, to your point, I kind of started to develop, okay, I need to be a little bit more compassionate. I need to be a little bit more graceful. And I say that because you're a big dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know too many people that's going to walk up to you and try to, like, punk you. And I mean, you weren't necessarily a small guy in primary school either. No,
but you learn that though, like because I'm the youngest in my in my house. Okay. And so when I'm around my big brother, me and him, he's bigger than me. So like I'm around him, and those were his friends were not my friends, but they would let me hang out with them. For sure. So they 3 years older than me, so everybody's bigger than me, everybody's stronger than me. Okay. And so this is all I'm seeing is bigger, tougher, stronger. Yeah. And so I'm like, man, like if I want to, then I got around my peers, I started to see like, oh, everybody, everything is more chill when I'm around my own peers, my own age group. Okay. But when I was with the older guys, you kind of see like, man, like you're gonna have to hold your own. Yeah. And so like that was, and I wasn't getting beat up or bullied or anything like that, because one, my big brother was there, but for two, like you know, it was just, it wasn't like that in the circle, but you were so close to it that you always like kind of had a heightened sense.
Yeah. When did basketball become like the thing for you? I mean, or was there other options out there for you?
I played football first.
Okay, football.
Yeah, I played football at 8. I didn't play basketball until I was 7th grade.
Okay.
So I was a late bloomer. And so I didn't pick up a basketball. I played around the neighborhood, but I didn't play organized until 7th grade. And so like that was the first time I played. But football, I love football. I still love football.
Yeah.
I love it. It's my favorite sport.
Okay.
You know, but I just knew I didn't love it enough to put the work in. Like I knew what it took to be good at it, and I didn't have it.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I was getting recruited. Bigger schools were recruiting me for football.
Yeah.
I knew I didn't have it. I knew I didn't have what it take.
How did you know that?
Because I was on a recruiting call with the coach. I think it was Purdue University. So he's like, yeah, we want to offer you a full ride. It's like, oh, okay. It's like, yeah, we want you to come play football. I'm like, okay. Like, what does the schedule look like? It's like, when you graduate? I'm like, first week of June. Oh, yeah, perfect. Second week of June, we want you to come out there. I'm like, okay, what are we going to be doing? Lifting. I said, all right. Like, you know, and he's like, yeah, then what? And like, we're going to have a spring ball game. You're going to get a week off for the 4th of July, and then you're going to come back. I said, what are we going to do when I get back? Lifting. I'm like, all right, like, you know, then it's like, what we doing after that? Oh, yeah, we getting ready for the season. I'm like, okay, how many games we got? 12. I'm like, 12? Like, that's it? Like, you know, like, what we going to be doing? Say, after the season, you'll get another 2 weeks off. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, what am I supposed to do when I get back? Lifting. Like, so I'm like, man, you lifting, you know, 8 months of the year.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And then the other 4 months, you either trying to knock somebody's head off or you wander away from somebody trying to knock your head off.
Right.
I'm like, I didn't have football's a violent sport.
Yeah. And
I didn't play it violently.
Interesting. Okay.
So like, it wasn't like, I love it, but it wasn't for me. Like, you know what I mean? So like, I knew it wasn't like, I was in the trenches. I played defensive line.
Yep.
And I still, like, I wasn't like, I had 20 sacks my senior year.
I mean, it's cold.
Yeah, I was good, but I wasn't like trying to hurt. I wasn't
I got you.
I wasn't like trying to knock people out. Like that was like, I just want to get to the quarterback, give me a sack. Like, you know, so it wasn't for me. Like, you know, I knew it wasn't for me. Like I had the self-awareness to know like I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, everybody like, man, you could play in the league. I was like, I mean, I could have. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not about to find out. Like, you know, like, cause
that's some crazy foresight though.
I just knew I didn't want to do it. Like, I knew I didn't have, because like 2-a-days and I didn't lifting all those weights, and I just knew I didn't have it in me at that time.
Yeah.
If I would have went like when I was 21, when I was much more mature, a little older, that could have been a whole different conversation. But at 18, I knew.
What were your parents thinking, or were you having this conversation with them at all?
Oh no, I mean, I made all my own decisions.
Okay.
So like, you know, my mom, she was like, I don't know, like, do what makes you happy. She's like, what do you want me? Like, I don't know. Like, you know, I never played the sport. She had graduated college when I was a sophomore in high school. So, you know, she had, you know, got a late start on herself. So a lot of things she just wasn't aware, you know, and so like, even I tell people the story, when I signed my scholarship to the University of Akron, I was at my grandma's table by myself with 2 scholarships, like, which one am I going to take? And I just picked Akron. Like,
what was the other option?
Robert Morris University in Pittsburgh. I had other Division I schools, but just the recruitment process, I had weeded them out, and it was like, this place not for me, this place not for me. These were my 2 places because I wanted to play right away. So like, that was important for me. So I picked Akron, and it all worked out. Like, you know, but it was, I did it, like, you know, I tell people I moved into college by myself.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like now it's like, you know, I didn't even think about it in the moment, right? Like, I borrowed my homie's truck, like, yo, let me get the truck. I put my stuff in some trash bags. Yeah. I moved myself in the dorm, you know. Then the crazy thing is, I'm roommates with Drew Joyce. His parents moving him in. He got the refrigerator. He got the clock. He got all this stuff. Like, he's ready for class. Like, I just brought some clothes, sheets, pillowcases, you know, a TV. Like, you know, I just didn't know any better. I don't even think I told my mom what day move-in was. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just was doing it.
What was y'all dynamic like, your parents and things like that?
Yeah, I was a single, you know, my mother was single. My dad and her broke up when I was like 1 or 2.
Okay.
I probably seen my dad that I can remember like less than 20 times since I was you know, he passed away now, but so we didn't have a relationship. And that was a kind of a driving force to why I was angry, man.
Yep.
And one of the things that I always tell myself is, he don't want to come see me, he gonna read about me in the newspaper. And so like that's something that I always, that drove me. Like that was a driving force.
Absolutely.
And so my mother did the best she could, 4 kids. She had 4 kids very young. And by the time I was of age, I was the only child. Everybody else had moved out and moved on.
Yeah.
And so it was, she had given me a lot of stuff at this point. Like, so I was getting it, you know, my brothers and sisters, they didn't get the J's and the other, I got all that stuff because my mom had graduated college, she had got the good job, so things were, you know, going in a positive direction. So my mom took care of me, you know. I even got to a point where I was, you know, thinking of dabbling and selling drugs, and my mom just, she pulled me in the room one day, and she's like, she turned my pockets inside out, and said, if you stay focused on school and sports, I got these. You ain't got to worry about your pockets ever again. Like you stay focused on what you, because I think she seen me like getting enamored with that, you know, with that fast money, and she pulled me to the side, like, and she held true to her word. Like I didn't have to, you know, we weren't rich or balling, but like, you know, if I needed some money to go hang out, here's $20 here, $10 here. It wasn't like I ain't got it, figure it out. It was like and so like that helped me a lot, keep me, you know, away from the streets, keep me away from being dumb and, you know, chasing fast money.
That's huge.
I mean, it was amazing. It was some things that you often, in your adult mind, you forget.
Yeah.
Like you kind of forget what your parents have done for you.
Yeah.
You know.
We do.
And sometimes you just, and I often ask God, like, put me in a place of remembrance. Like help me remember.
Yeah.
Like the sacrifices and the things that people have made for me, and also help me remember the messed up stuff people have done, so I don't give them another chance to do it. Yeah. You know, because, you know, as men, we often like, did he? Yeah. I forgot. Like, you know, like my wife would be like, you know, he did such and such and such and such. You ain't supposed to be messing with him. I'm like, oh man, I forgot. You know, so, but my mom, she was great. I think that's beautiful, but also there's a lot there that I relate to. You know, that's the reason I didn't go to college, because I didn't really have a lot of guidance in that space. I mean, I went to college after, right? I graduated, but it was after the military. But that was why I went to the military, because I knew when it was time to start filling out applications, I had no idea what I was doing. I'm like, I don't know, like friends going to Ohio State and all this other kind of stuff. I'm like, I don't know. So I had a conversation with my girlfriend at the time. I saw a recruiter, I was like, I think I'm gonna go to the military. That just seemed like the easiest route to some type of like sustainability, something that was like, okay, I'm moving forward. Yeah, something that's gonna help you on the next level. Absolutely. So that's why I joined the military, because it was like I had no idea. Now, given like my mother, she didn't graduate college. She did now, but she didn't graduate college until much later. My biological father, he's like a professor, right? He's Dr. Qualls and all that, right? But he didn't raise me, so I seen that from afar. So I aspired to have some type of credentials, but I didn't know any of what it took to get to that level. Yeah. So I think, again, seeing that, but this is the other difference. I was the oldest, so right? That's different. It's very different, right? I left the crib and it was like, I'm dolo. You know what I mean? Like I had to figure it all out myself. Yeah. But it also gave me an opportunity to really try. You know what I'm saying? So I became very independent, just like yourself. It was just the opposite end of it, right? So with all that being said, you found yourself playing ball. You found like your squad, right? You met Drew Joyce. Man, I had great friends. Yeah. Great, like, you know, great friends. I have a term for it now. We call it accountability partners. Absolutely. Yep. But I had great friends. So like for me, man, my friends saved my life. So like, you know, you're the oddball, because I didn't go to school all the time. Yep. So like, you weird if you don't go to school. Right. Like you weird if you don't show up to the gym. You weird if you're not putting that work in. So like
At what age was this kind of?
It's like 15, 16,
okay,
it's like 16, 17.
That's crazy though.
So
at that
like
time.
it was like we was young men, but it was like we were like, yo, we going to the gym, we working out, and so like we held each other accountable, and so even so much so like you're like if nobody see you for a couple of days, like, yo, was you cool? Like everything all right? Like and so that's where the hard work got instilled into like if you see guys like LeBron and Drew who have on-court success, how much work they put in the off-season. Brandon Williams was one of the hardest working guys I've ever seen in my life. And so like you're gonna see, if you see guys work like that, you're going to be like, I want that.
Yeah,
like I want to know what that feels like. Like I want to work that hard and see that success. And so like that was us in high school. The people see the banners, the state championships, but they don't see like we had a crazy schedule. Like in the off season, 6 a.m. workout before school, study table, open gyms, weights. Like this, like I wouldn't get home till 8 p.m. some days.
And like, this is a teenager.
This is in high school.
Yeah.
Like so like these are the things the sacrifices that were made. Like people don't see all that. And, it's not nothing we talk about all the time, but that's where the mindset was. Like we let go of the rope a little bit our junior year. Started smelling ourselves a little bit too much. I won't even say we, I'll say I. I.
Yeah.
I'll talk about me. Like I let go of the rope a little bit.
For sure, yeah.
I started to party too much and start to, and then my senior year we snapped out of it and just locked in.
Yeah. So junior year you kind of let loose a little bit, and then senior year you lock back in. I want to go back a little bit. You found your squad. You guys started pushing each other. I think that's something missing in today's kind of space, right? At least from my perspective as a 31-year-old, looking at my 18-year-old brother, I'm like, we have friends, but I'll give you this piece. And then I want you to kind of give me your perspective on that. And that is, I finally found what a true friend was. 2021, I met this gentleman. And then 2023, I went through a crazy storm in my life. And this guy showed up for me without me asking, without any type of like request. I mean, he showed up in a way that I'd never seen anybody show up ever, right? As a friend. And I tell him this all the time, but I'm like, he actually was the role model. He was the archetype. From like, oh, if I'm gonna be a friend,
this is who I want to be like.
This is the type of friend I want to be, right? And I won't accept anything less from any of my other friends, right? It's like, this is, and I started running my life kind of like a CEO, where it's like, if you're hiring somebody, then there's certain responsibilities that you have. So if you're not falling within this line of responsibilities, then I got another job for you.
Yeah.
It ain't friend. Yeah. It might be acquaintance.
We cool.
I ain't got no bad blood, but I know I got to put you in a different position.
Yeah.
So what's your take on that?
I mean, I believe that different friends come in different seasons.
Yeah.
And we learn from different things from different people.
Yeah.
I understand why you feel like that, but there's certain friends I can call for certain things, and I don't. Being married with all these kids and all these responsibilities.
Yeah.
I don't put other responsibilities on other people. Like, but I do have people that I know that, because I've been through some storms, a whole lot of storms.
Yeah.
And I had people show up for me in ways that I never thought they would.
Yeah.
And it's been, and different people have different ways of showing love.
Absolutely.
And so, like, I had to step back and say, how can I be a better person at receiving love? Like, because I would, I lived overseas for 14 years.
Yep.
So it's everything has always been a firewall. So I always had a firewall. Like, if I don't want to talk to people, I'm just not picking up the phone. I'm just not texting back. Like, and so, like, that was my response. Like, is put up my firewall. And then I had friends knocking on my door, like, like, you ain't answer the phone, like, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I had friends, hey, man, I don't want nothing, let's just pray together. I had friends that said, you going through this, let me introduce you to this person who can help you throughout everything you're going through. Like, I can't be there for you, but I can do this for you.
Yeah.
I had friends that just I don't got nothing for you. I just want to put my arm around you. So like friends is such a delicate word.
Yeah.
You know, and now I think that people use it too loosely, and we don't take it serious enough.
Yeah.
And like what it means, like, you know, because it's the family we chose.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like friends are the family you chose. Like I picked you, you picked me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so for me, that's very important. So when I see my friends going through stuff, I'm showing up.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they don't have to. You don't have to question nothing about me. Like,
but I think that's exactly it, though, and that's what I seen as a grown man is that exact thing where it's like, there's this. It's not that I'm trying to put responsibilities on you, but I'm going to show up in a certain way for someone that I consider a friend, and because I know that type of friendship exists, I expect that these are the type of people I'm bringing around me.
Yeah.
So when I'm going through something, they're gonna show up for me the same way, right? Even if it's nothing, if it's just presence.
But like for me, everybody can't show up.
100%.
You know, everybody, like one of the things that I love about the way my life is structured, I work for myself. So I can stop what I'm doing right now, make a beeline to wherever I need to be, anywhere. Yeah. So like other people, their lives aren't structured like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, other people can't move freely. They have constraints. And so I can't expect them to do what I can do. Yeah. You know, like I can't put we can't reverse roles.
Correct.
Like we all got a role to play, and I understand that. And just accepting people for who they are is another thing that I've learned, because I just want to love, like you, my brother, man. I just want to love on you, help you become the best version of yourself, and vice versa. And so I think that friendship, especially in this, you know, in this day and age, where it's easier to isolate because we feel connected, because we send reels back and forth. Yeah. You know, we send a text message every couple of weeks. You feel like, oh, I just talked to him. Yeah. But in reality, you really didn't. Yeah. You know, so so it's harder to be friends now, in my opinion.
You think it's harder?
I think it's harder.
Interesting. I mean, I understand that perspective. I want to, and before we go too far into that, because I think that's such an interesting piece, right? You were overseas for about 14 years. 10 different countries? Yeah. What was that experience like, and what did that give you?
Man, I just told someone today that I became a man overseas. I didn't grow up there because I was 22, but when I came back at 36, I became a man. Yeah. Like, you know, I became a man overseas. I went to a lot of different countries. I picked a lot of different things from different places that I enjoy. Every Sunday we have dinner as a family. I got that from Israel, you know, the Shabbat dinners. You know, like, you know, certain things from different countries, like, you know, just how the French people, they make sure that they enjoy life. Like, you know, like their life, the quality of life there, you making sure like, hey, my job is done, I'm going home. Don't call me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, right. And you know, when I was in Ukraine, they tell you these are the rules. Learn how to wiggle in the system. You know, the system is fluid. You got to learn how to be fluid with it. Germans, they follow the rules. You know, my daughter, she reminds me of a little. You tell her the rules. Yeah. She just need to know what she can and can't do, and she's gonna follow that to a perfect. And so, like, you just pick and choose. Like, you find what you like about cultures and what you enjoy. You know, and that's what I think I gained once I stopped staying in my apartment all day. You know, going to practice, coming home. Yeah. Stop eating at American restaurants every time I went out to eat. Right. Like, you know, I started enjoying other people's culture. Because the first time I went overseas, I'm taking hot sauce with me. Like, you know, I'm just trying to stay as American as possible. Absolutely. But once I opened my mind up to, like, this place could actually be really fruitful for me. You know, so I started going to museums. I started embracing culture. I started meeting locals who had nothing to do with the sport. Yeah. Just local, like, hey, man, what's up, bro? Like, you know, I'm just meeting people, you know. I had local aunts and everything. Like, So, like, I had a dog overseas, and I was walking my dog, and this lady was like, "You look lonely." I'm like, "I'm chilling." She like, "Every Friday night, you having dinner with me and my whole family," and like they kind of like her whole family kind of like adopted me for like 6 months.
Wow.
And so every Friday I was just there with them. We would eat, watch a movie. It was cool. Like,
That's amazing.
Yeah, her husband was there, so it wasn't like nothing weird. It was like they had kids. It was like I was just like a cousin or something.
Yeah, they adopted you.
Yeah, it was cool. Like, and so and every culture is different, and that's what I think you really need to learn.
So, two things. The one thing is, how did that play a part in your perspective of friendship, right? Did you keep those friendships that were here in America while you were overseas? Did you come back? Did they come over there? And then the second thing is coming back. I mean, imagine it was like you were holding on to that patriotism when you went over there, and then you kind of let loose a little bit. Not to say you were less of a patriot, but you learned to just assimilate.
Yeah.
And then you had to come back. So I imagine you brought things with you.
Yeah.
So what is that like?
It's hard, man. Because you want to hold on to your old friends, but your old friends also has to let you grow. Like you're not the same person that you used to be.
Yeah.
Like I'm not who I used to be. I don't do what I used to do. And it's hard because you only see somebody for 2 months out of a year, and during those 2 months we doing the same thing. We working out and partying and hanging out and working out, partying, hanging out like it does. And then 10 years, we didn't skip 3 summers, so it's been 5 years. Now, next time you see me, I don't want to hang out. I don't want to party. I don't, and then, oh, you didn't change. I have.
Yeah.
Like, so we have to give each other room to grow, into different people.
Yeah.
And still, you got to reintroduce yourself. And then, the late great Nipsey Hussle, he said, once you travel the world, I'm not returning the same.
Yeah, can't.
Like, I didn't seen too much.
Yep.
I lived in 10 different countries. I lived in 10 different.
14 years, yeah, that was
I didn't visit 10, like I lived in 10 different countries, in different parts of Asia, in Europe. I lived in, Eastern Europe. I lived in Ukraine and Russia and Croatia. I lived in Asia. Like I lived in the Philippines and Thailand. Then I lived in Western Europe, in France and Germany. So I lived in each different section. I've got a broad scope of life.
Yeah.
And so like it was interesting because you meet people and then they say like, "Are you from America?" I'm like, yeah. Like you don't act American. So and so you challenge that, you push back on that. It's like I've never seen anybody act like you.
What does that mean?
Yeah, like and so they'll say like, you're different. Like you move different. Like you don't have the same mentality. I was older when this happened. I was about 30, 31. They're probably used to seeing younger guys fresh from coming over, always chasing life.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, right. Right.
And I don't need to chase life. Like I was settled at that time. I'm married. I got kids. I'm settled. I don't need to. The same thing that may excite other people that don't excite me anymore.
Right.
And so it's hard for people to be like. And then the biggest thing that I took on myself that I was like, I might be the only black person you ever meet. How do I want this interaction to go?
That's huge.
I put it on myself.
Which is a crazy thing to take ownership of.
Like this might be because my guy, we went to the movies. My young boy, he actually made it to the NBA, Yusuf Nurkic.
Okay.
He, Big Nurk, we would go to the movies. So like that was all we would do in Croatia was just go to the movies, And so he was like, man, and he was an NBA prospect at the time. He was like, I don't want to go to the States, bro. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, every movie, somebody's dying, killing, bombing. I don't want to go to the States, bro. It's scary over there. And I'm like, bro, it's not like that. He's like, every movie is the same. Somebody's dying. They got guns and I'm trying to combat that. But this is all, we go to the movie every week.
Yeah, that's what he sees. Yeah.
That's all he's seeing.
Wow.
And so like, that's when it really like hit me like, I gotta be the guy. I have to be the guy that when they meet me, they think about black men different.
I mean, so I'm gonna tell you this. Being someone that was in the military, my brothers are overseas right now, both of them. I think they need to teach that in school. You know what I'm saying? As a black man, when you go other places, understand you're representing an entire race.
And it's hard because you're combating everything that they think they know about black people.
Yeah.
The music, the TV, the movies, everything is all hip hop, you know, which is great. I love it. I listen to hip hop on the way here.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, so, but you know, it's not real life.
Yeah.
You know, they can't separate the art from the person, and they think that that's all intertwined. Like, you know, and then when news does travel over there, it's usually negative news.
Correct. Yes.
And so, like, once I realized that, like, man, I have to combat this. Like, I have to be the guy to be like, if you have one interaction with black people, this is the good one. Like, this is a great interaction. You're going to remember me for who I am. And I'm not putting on the act. I'm not fronting. I'm not being me. I'm genuine.
Yeah.
But I don't need to do everything that you see on or hear on TV. I don't need to be, like, first of all, you see me. I'm big. Right? First, tattoos everywhere, beard. I already give off alert.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But then when you start talking, then hey, what's up, man? And I start talking, and we start talking to each other, and then that you can see that their whole mood and body language starts to soften and start to shift. And then that's what I want to leave each country I go to with.
Now, at what point did you and your wife connect, or did you know her before? How did that work out?
We met in 2010.
Okay.
In the summer of 2010. I was home.
Oh, so you were home for a little bit from overseas?
Yeah, it was summertime. So I went out in Cleveland with my friend, and he was dating a girl. And he was like, this girl is at a spot. Like, I'm going to go see her. Like, let's go, you know, meet up with her. I'm going to talk to her. And my wife was, you know, her friend. And so while they were talking, I'm like, man, who is that?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and so, and we kind of exchanged pleasantries, talked a little bit, but not too crazy. And then this is where the story gets confusing.
Okay.
She liked to say other things. But she followed me.
Okay.
And then I DM'd her. She likes to say I followed her and DM'd her, which is crazy. But since I got the mic, this is my story.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it took her, you know, a little while to respond. Not like maybe a day or so. You know, when you send that message, it's a little
time ticks.
Yeah,
different.
So, and she was the first woman that I asked, could I take her on a date?
Ever. What?
Yeah, no, like in those words, like, you know, I didn't like. Let's hang.
Very intentional.
Yeah, very intentional with my decision making. Like, I want to date you. I want to get to know you.
Yeah.
And she was the first woman that I actually took on a date. Like, not like, you know, I didn't say it like, let's pull up, let's like, you want to go eat, or, you know, you trying to chill. But I was like, I used a strict, like, I want to take you out on a date. And she's the first woman I ever dated. Like, you know, and she's the last.
Yeah.
You know, like,
that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, and I'm a dater for the rest of my life. So
no,
and that's how we met. And then the next year she came overseas, and then we just kept growing from there.
Wow.
And then, you know, 9 years later, 3 kids later, you know, we still here. You know, shout out to my wife. Hey, babe, love you forever.
That's super dope, though.
Yeah.
So I'm soft for real. Like, I love, man. Actually, so funny enough, I ran into your wife at Piata, and I was like, I know your face from somewhere. I don't know where, but I know your face. And she was like, you probably know me because of Rome, right? And I was like, that's exactly it, right? Now, I say that to say that when you tell the story, and, you know, I kind of see both of you, it really warms my heart, because I'm somebody who I have 3 kiddos. Me and their mother are not together, but I was the one who was deeply impressed upon by propaganda of, like, the romance story, right? Growing up, I'm like, the wife, you know what I mean? This whole little story. I had no idea how to achieve that, though, right? And so, I mean, we started super, super early. So I think waiting is probably getting some life experience, right? Is huge. But I say that because you were balancing a lot.
Yeah.
At the time. And you were very intentional about the decision to ask her out, knowing that you were
about to leave. Yeah. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. When I said that, I didn't think I was gonna marry her. I didn't want a marriage. I didn't want a girlfriend either, even at the time. I just wanted something different than what I was doing.
Absolutely.
And so, like, I'm not gonna sit up here and say, like, I seen her and wanted to marry her. That's a lie. Yeah. I seen her and I was like, yo, how can I get her? And this is how I'm like, man, I'm a dater. Yeah. You know, and then once I dated her and I got to know her, I was like, wow. Like, you know, like, I've never, like, the type of woman she is, you know, she's just, her heart, you know, her heart, she's just so, she gives so much of her heart, man. And so she's so she's just so endearing, and you know, she just cared for other people. Absolutely. And she just pours her heart into people she loved.
And this is what you were experiencing as you courted her.
Yeah, this is what I was getting. I was seeing this because we weren't in love yet. So I'm courting her, and I'm seeing her pour her heart out for her friends and family. And I'm thinking to myself, this is the woman who I want to raise my kids.
Absolutely.
You know, this is the type of woman that I can see pouring that love into my children and into me. You know, and so like that's what I seen. And you know, it took some time for me to catch up to that as a person who I was. But just seeing that's what really made me fall in love with her, was just her heart. Wow. You know, and yeah.
That's beautiful. So when you came back, right? You came back after 14 years overseas. What were you doing?
Same thing I'm doing now.
Okay.
You know, real estate, buying, selling, flipping houses, things like that. So I was doing that during COVID, and then I was like, I think I can still play. Like, I want to play. I think I still got it. And I took a job. I shouldn't have took this job, first and foremost. I went to France, first division, the toughest division in France, after not playing for 2 years.
Okay.
That was a huge mistake.
You were going there to play.
Yeah, I was trying to see, I was locked in.
Okay.
But I wasn't, because I hadn't trained how I had previously trained.
Yeah.
And I had played in Asia for 3 years. So me playing in Asia, I forgot how difficult it is to play in Europe.
Interesting. Okay.
So it's very difficult.
What makes it difficult? What makes it different?
Practice, first of all, you're doing 2-a-days.
Okay.
Travel, you're traveling via bus, 6, 7, 8, hours. You know, we're 4 hours from the airport. So like that, it was rough, and my body was in shock.
Yeah.
Well, like my body was like, yo, this is not, for the last 5 years, this is not what we used to.
Right.
And so I get injured. So for my last year, I had missed a grand total of, in 13 seasons, I missed a grand total of 10 games.
Okay.
So I'd never been injured. Like that was not like a part of my MO. And I was there for 4 months. I missed 6 games, 6 or 8 games in 4 months. So I get there, I'm just running down the court. I turn around to just get in the defensive stance, pull my groin. You
was getting old.
Yeah, pull my groin.
That's crazy.
I recovered from my groin strain, whatever. I missed 2 games, but I come back, get healthy. So I'm in the post. I shoot a fade around, a turnaround jump shot. I just land, knee swells up like a balloon. No contact, no wrong fall, nothing. Knee just fell like a swole, boom. Knee was so swollen, couldn't get an MRI for 3 days. This is how bad my knee was. They had me icing for 18 hours, like just ice, trying to just get the swelling out. I'm on the game ready, just ice. My knee still, but whatever. So get the MRI. They said, I don't know how, but nothing's wrong with your knee. It's just a sprain. I quit that day. I literally quit. I said, book my ticket home. I quit. I'm not playing another game, another practice. I'm not putting on another jersey.
You already knew what it was, though.
Ever again. I knew it was God.
Yeah.
I knew it was God. God had tapped me on the shoulder. I didn't listen. Then he kicked me in the butt. It's time for you to get home.
Well, why do you feel God wanted you to come home?
I needed to be at home with my family. It wasn't fair to my wife to watch she was at home with all the kids.
And how many kids did you have at this time?
5.
You had 5 at that time?
Yes, in the house.
Oh, okay.
We had 4 in the house, and my daughter would come stay with us for a month.
Okay.
At a time during COVID. She would come stay with us 30 days during COVID, because everything was remote. So
yeah.
And so she would have all the kids. It was 4 at that time. Excuse me, my son wasn't born yet. So it was 4 at that time, and she would just have all the kids, and she was just like, hey, how's your day? It's so hard. It's difficult. Like, I'm going through a lot. I'm trying to balance, being a good mom and, taking care of all the kids. And she wasn't really complaining, but she was just letting me know how her day went.
Yeah.
Like, it was a difficult day. And I'm over here by myself, just going to practice, coming home, cooking lunch, taking a nap, waking up, going back to practice, making dinner, staying up all night, watching movies, laughing to myself, whatever. and she's over there struggling.
Yeah.
You know, and I heard it, the first time, and I kind of like, well, I just want to see if I can play one more time. Like, let me play. And when I got hurt the second time, I just knew it was.
What was the timeline? Like, how did you hurt the first time, hurt the second time?
It was like February and April. April was the last time I played.
Okay, so it was kind of quick.
Yeah, wow. It was soon after. And the coach, and I shout out to Coach Mehdi, because he was like, you can stay and be a player. You'll count as a player, but you'll really just coach the team. You'll help me coach. You'll get paid the same amount of money. You don't have to play. I said, no, I can't do it. I gotta go home. I gotta go home. Yeah. I gotta be around my wife. I gotta be around my kids. I cannot sit here and watch her struggle unnecessarily.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like it wasn't that we needed to do this.
Yeah.
It's something that I wanted.
Absolutely. What did Akron feel like when you came back?
Different. You know, I would always visit, but when you come back permanently, it just feels a little different. You know, first and foremost, my family felt a little wider. Like, it felt like they were not as tight as we once were when I left.
Okay.
So it felt like, you know, and it's hard because like all my aunts and uncle, they're all starting their own lineage. So they are now becoming grandparents, and having their own family functions with just their family and their grandkids. And it used to be everybody, like, no matter what. And then it's just the family started to splinter a little bit. It felt distant. I could feel the distance. Yeah. You know, and the things that I thought I would be coming home to, seeing my friends all the time, hanging, you know, and just certain things that it just wasn't a reality. Yeah. And it felt different. Akron, the city itself, man, you like, because like I do weird stuff. Like, I'll just like park. I'll go to where I used to live at and park and just walk to the store. Okay. Like, I don't know if that's weird, but that's just something I would do.
No, I received that.
Yeah, so I would just walk around my old neighborhood, just park my car at the barbershop. They're like, man, you down 2 heads. All right, I'll go for a walk around my old neighborhood and just walk, and you just be like, man, it just it don't feel the same. I don't know what it is, but.
Is that a positive or a negative?
It feels uncomfortable. Okay. Like, you know, and I'm comfortable everywhere. Like, I don't have no enemies. I don't have no issues. You know, I lived in Russia. I lived in Ukraine during the war. Like I could walk down. Yeah. I could walk down Brown Street. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, for real. You know, I should be able to walk down Brown Street, and I did, and I still do, like, to this day. But it just feels different, man. It just feels like you don't see people. Like, when I was younger, you would walk and you just bump into a random person, or, you know, you'll have a conversation. I feel like it's more isolated. I guess is the better word.
So you came back. Now, refresh me on this, because I see it, and I kind of was looking over a couple things. You are in real estate, but you also coach. Yeah. When you came back, you were doing your real estate. When did you get the coaching opportunity?
Right away. Because I had already been consulting coaching staffs throughout the city. When I was home, I would pop into different practices from different places, from Cleveland, Columbus, Akron. If my friends coached there, I would just pop in, watch a practice, give my feedback. Yeah. You know, come to find out, people get paid to do that. I didn't know that at the time. You know, they call it consulting. But hey, I would do that for my friends. And so I was like, man, I don't know if I would like coaching. And Coach Drew, he was like, once you're done, you know, the door's open for you. And so I was retired, and you know, I started coaching right away. And I love, like, I got bit, like, you know, I love it. Like, that's my passion, you know, is helping people become the best version of themselves. And so I really love it. Like, you know, today I was asked what's my favorite coaching memory. One of my guys, he did a move in the game, and he scored. And then I heard somebody yell from the bench, "We work on that." And so, like, that was like, you know, like, that's number one for me. It was like one of the best moments.
That's beautiful, yeah.
You can see, like, the hard work. You know, you can see the guys getting it. You can see the guys turning the corners. Absolutely. And you can see, like, the growth, you know. And so, like, that's what I love about that level. Like, you know, and I get to be home every night. Yeah. So,
you coach St. V?
Yes.
Yeah. That's your alma mater.
Yeah.
first and foremost, how does it feel to be back? And then secondly, you talked about the type of friendship that you had with your team and your peers. How do you influence your students now, your student athletes, to kind of build that same bond?
When I come back now, I don't feel like it's my old gym because they renovated it, they redid it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like I don't feel like I hear the ghosts of the past.
Yeah.
You know, but it does feel like I feel like a responsibility to my guys who play now and everybody before that to really put my best foot forward and help these guys become successful. Like, you know, I feel a huge responsibility to help. And to make these guys, I try to do everything to, you know, from let's do dinner, let's order food and, you know, watch a game in the locker room to, you know, team outings. But it's just different because they have so many options for their attention.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't have as many options growing up for our attention. And so their attention is very expensive because, you know, people get paid for their attention.
That's really good way to put it.
Yeah,
that's good.
So it's expensive. Like, you know, for their views, for their eyes, you know, they get paid. And so now they're actually being targeted.
Yeah.
And so at a set, you know, from 14 to 18, how is it? We're trying to keep you focused, you know, on being your classwork, you know, being a good teammate, workouts, you know, all these other things, family life, girlfriend, et cetera, et cetera. It's so, and then you got the other things of the world. So it's very difficult to kind of wrangle them all on the same page.
Yeah.
And I had to realize that everybody's not going to be best friends.
Yeah.
We got lucky.
How much luck do you feel, how much do you think luck has played in your journey?
Man, I don't.
That's crazy.
I don't believe in luck.
That's facts. Yeah, I don't either. And I only use that because you said we don't get that, and I get it.
Yeah.
I referenced that to say I think sometimes right place, right time, right people. It doesn't always happen that way.
No, God has been moving in my life longer than I even can acknowledge. Because I have a cousin who was at an open gym and was looking around and overheard them say that St. V don't have a big man for next year. My cousin heard that just at a random hoop session. He calls me, shout out to my cousin Dink. My cousin called me and said, hey, look, St. V don't got no bigs. That's a perfect opportunity for you to go over there and do your thing. I think you should really look into it. And so I was like, I don't know, cuz, like, right? So I was at Central Howard at the time. As my assistant coach called me, he's like, he wrote down a gym address. He said, go to this gym at this time, on this day, they're having a tryout for an AAU team. You shouldn't be playing with the AAU team, you playing with, go try out for this team. I'm like, all right, bet. I get there, it's all the St. V guys. I'm like, man, I don't know, man, I don't even want to be here. I don't even rock with them like that. But I'm like, I ain't no punk, so let's lace them up. So I laced them up, you know, I made the team. Coach Drew was like, man, you're a really good player, you made the team. So a couple months go by, because me and Bron actually went to middle school together. So we had a relationship, you know, we weren't friends or nothing, but we knew each other.
Yeah.
And so he was like, man, what you doing next year? It's like, I ain't going back to Central. Coach Drew, what? He's like, yeah, I ain't going back. He's like, oh, I'm calling your mom today. Like, he called my mother, you know, they figured it all out. And that's how I ended up at St. V. Like, that is like, it was just, you know, like, even, like, it wasn't me. If it was up to me, I would have never came.
You wouldn't have been there.
And if once I got there, I wanted to leave.
Yeah. Do you want to leave once you got to St. V?
Once I got there, I was like, Mom, this place sucks.
Oh.
There's so many white people.
Yeah.
They all clicked up. They all best friends. Like, man, it's corny. Like, I don't want to be around this. Let me go back to, you know what I'm saying, what I know. Let me go to my homies. Let me go back to the way I grew up.
Yeah.
She like, no. My mom, she was like, we ain't quitting. So I'm like, Mom, I ain't quitting. I'm just, you know, shifting gears. We ain't quitting. She would always like, nope. She'd be like, figure it out. I'm like, Mom, figure it out.
Yeah.
And so, like, you know, my mom was, she ain't play. Like, she would, like, it's not even, you can say she'd just look at you, listen, hear you out. Like, yeah, I understand. Figure it out. Like, you know, like, embrace your situation. And that was the first time I had to embrace a situation which in turn would help me overseas learning how to embrace situations.
Absolutely.
And so this is how I know, like, God has been pruning me for situations that I was going to be in and I never knew I was going to be in. But this situation 10 years ago is going to help me through this.
Yeah.
You know, and so like I can't do nothing but just be like when people are, how you doing today? Life is as it should be.
Yeah.
Which is great. You know, God has been he's been doing all this from the beginning.
How do you keep that mentality when things get a little choppy, though, right? Because it's easy to say that when things are smooth. It's like, okay, God got me.
Yeah, God still got me. All the glory is His. All the mistakes are mine. How can I say that with such confidence? Because I had free will. I made this choice, and I made this choice, and I knew it was the wrong one. And I made another one to try to cover up that one, and then that one messed up this one, and then messed up that one, and that's me.
Yeah. Self-inflicted.
Yeah, you knew better. You knew you shouldn't have did whatever you did. And that's why all the glory is His. Only the mistakes are mine.
Yeah.
Like when people, glory, hey man, when I start making better decisions, start living better, like you should just, it was like just, everything just, it's like you just get on the highway. You hit that cruise control button.
Yeah.
You got the sensors around you for protection.
Yeah.
That's the Holy Spirit. And you just like, you know, you protect it, bro. Like life it just really changed for me when I really accepted, like, this is me. Where I am right now in my life, this is me. Good, bad, the ugly, this is all me. How can I go from where I am now to get rid of the ebbs and flows?
Yeah.
Right, like there shouldn't be, like we have 2 high highs and 2 low lows.
Yeah.
From outside influences. So like, the day you get paid, I shouldn't be this high.
Right.
The day I don't have no money, I shouldn't be this low.
Yeah.
The day somebody say something to me, I shouldn't be this angry.
Yeah.
The day somebody say something nice to me, I shouldn't feel this great. Like it's just, bro, like you should be who you just coasted, man. And once I figured that out, I knew that life was just gonna get better for me.
What was that faith journey like for you?
It was hard, man. You know, because I had a lot of death in my life. So 4-year run, people younger than me in my family getting killed. And in the middle of that, my dad died of a heart attack. I mean, not of a heart attack. He died of cancer. So in the middle of a 4-year run of every year, somebody's dying.
And that's over that 14-year span?
No, this is from 2014 to 2018.
Okay.
So 2014, my cousin, we shared a crib together. Like this is how close, like my cousin, get the call, he got killed, right? Got shot at over 20 times, shot in the back, all the stuff, right? So I was angry with God. I was pissed. Like, you know, then 2016, my other cousin got killed. 2017, another cousin gets killed. You know.
And this is in Akron?
All in Akron. So I was angry. You know, I was pissed. You know, but my wife, man, she was just, every Sunday, going to church, what you about to do? I ain't going. Going to church, what you about to do? I ain't going. Every Sunday, bro, like no pressure, no. I'm about to go to church, what you about to do? And so one day, I'm like, man, let me go see what they talking about. And man, ever since then, even now, man, last summer I went to man camp hosted by our church. And that's the first time I heard God's voice in about as long as I can remember.
Wow.
You know, so I'm still growing in my faith. I'm still growing in my walk. I'm not perfect. It's still an everyday effort of growth. Yeah. And I'm just thankful that God gave me a chance, a second chance, third, fourth, I don't know, whatever chance this is.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and so it's been hard, but it's hard, but it's fair.
You said it's fair.
It's fair.
What's fair about it?
You do what you're supposed to do, you're going to be at perfect peace.
How do you know that, though? How do you know what you're supposed to be doing?
Are you praying on it? Are you meditating on it? Are you looking for words, affirmation? Are you doing things that are saying, that are not of God. If you, like, say for instance, I want this plant, right? You might can have it for free, or you might can steal it, right? And I ask you, you say you don't know.
Yeah.
But I take the plant.
Yeah.
Right? You stole the plant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like that, but he said he ain't know it. Maybe and so like that's how you know like this not of God. Stealing isn't of God. Make it like you won't do things that aren't of God. And, you know, and it's not like you're not going to be shiesty. You're not going to be like, and that's how you know you doing the right thing.
I tend to say, you know, right now, especially in my life, and I think I adopted this mentality. 2023 is when I really started understanding, because I did hear God clearly. You know, he told me everything moving forward from this day on, this very specific day, is a victory, right? Whatever happens, count it as a victory, right? And that's a hard mentality to have when things start to feel like they go on awry, right? Like, but he said, so I try to keep that mentality. And I also say, when we ask the question of how do we know if what we're doing is of God, no matter what decision I make, I try to do it with a pure heart. All right. So to your point, not being shysty, not making decisions that are like of anger or being like jealous, right? Or too much ambition for that matter, because it ain't got to be bad. Sometimes I just see opportunity. I'm like, I can, you know.
And the thing is, he's going to keep you in a place where it's not going to be confusion, because God is not the author of confusion.
Yeah. So
if you are back and fro, or you're not sure, or should I do? You shouldn't be doing it, because if it's from God, you know you're gonna pray and you're gonna feel great about it. Like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. If it's something just turned up inside of you, and you go to somebody that you trust, and y'all battling back and forth, and it's not a clear, concise answer, maybe you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
And so like it's not going to be perfect. And sometimes you're going to make a decision that you should have made or you shouldn't have made, and that's okay. Like you don't have to live. You're not supposed to be perfect.
Yeah.
Like you know, like that's what His grace is for. Like you ain't supposed to be perfect, and I'm not going to be. I'm going to make a mistake, and that's okay. I'm gonna make another one, and I'm gonna make another one.
Yeah.
But it is know that I'm not trying to make mistakes. You know, and so that's all it is just keep trying to be the best version of yourself, and keep looking inward and upward, and you will be okay. Like it's gonna work out.
So you got 5 kiddos, married, been all over the world. You're back home now. Where are you at now in life?
Oh man, I am. Life is great. Life is great, man. Because I took the stress of trying to figure it out myself out. I'm just gonna do the work that's in front of me, and whatever's beyond that, I'm going to do that work. Yeah. And until then, I'm going to just do what's in front of me. I'm just focusing on what's in front of me. How can I be a help in my community? Yeah. How can I just continue to grow as a man? And that's it. Like, you know, I can't control the future, and I'm not trying to. Yeah. You know, so I just do the work that's in front of me. I just absolutely. And you know, and life's good. Like just be happy with what you have. I read something about some type of reserve. What is that? Reserve. You did some mentoring or some coaching at Lodge. A Lodge. Oh, yeah, the Lodge approach. Yeah, what's that? What is so that? The Lodge approach is actually, shout out to Sam Chestnut. He does something in Montana, and he goes to the reservation. Yes, that's what. The Indian reservation. Okay. And so I held a basketball clinic there, a free clinic from all ages, all day. So it was from 9 to 4 with 3 different groups. And we just did basketball clinics, and then at 5 o'clock that day, I was a keynote speaker at the teachers conference. Okay. And so I talked to the teachers from a student's perspective, because I'm not a teacher, and I respect that. I know I'm not a teacher, so I respect that. But I had to talk to you from a student's perspective. You know, we know you're human, right? But the kids don't. The kid don't know you spilled your coffee and you had to change your shirt and you caught a flat. They don't know that. Yeah. So you have to, you know, come in with a clean slate and things like that. That was the premise of the speech. Okay. Basically coming in with a clean slate and teaching the kid for that day, not for their past or your past. And just teach them for that day. Like, you know, you can't hold these kids to what they did their kids.
Yeah.
And so that was what I did with the Lodge approach.
Okay.
You know, it was a great experience. I embraced the the native culture. I did what they call a sweat, which is like, it's like a teepee kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they put rocks in the middle. And they just say prayers, and you just in there sweating and praying, man.
Yeah.
And so it was.
I really want to do that. I've read about that.
It's rough, man.
Yeah.
It's rough. You know, I've seen people, and then they talk about certain things in there, and I'm in there as people crying, just bawling. Like the people are in there crying and they just let it all out, and people, you in there sweating, trying to console somebody, like, man, it's gonna be okay. Yeah. And so like it was great. Yeah. You know, I wish I had more of a historical reference for black people to do certain things like that, so we can push the culture even further. I know that we have some, but something that we can just continue to tie to our roots.
We have to talk more about that.
Yeah.
I think that could be something really cool.
Yeah.
And impactful.
Yeah, it was great, man. So
it's beautiful.
So yeah, this past spring I did a 12-week class at a public school here, and I did man, it was rough too, but we did 12 weeks, and we got the kids, had about 9 young men, and we did 12 weeks worth of, you know, emotional learning, emotional growth, social understanding, the understanding of yourself, and it was great, man. So that's the work that I do now. It's just it was all free. Next thing that's coming up is the introduction to trade school. So I'm going to set up, first as an electrician, we're going to teach you how to wire a light switch. We're going to teach you how to wire an outlet and how to put up a light. And
how can people be a part of this or support you?
Right now we're just in the building stages, but I'm probably going to have to pay for everything out of pocket. You know, pay for all the materials, and I'm going to pay the professionals for their time. Okay. And so, like, you know, when we release a date, because it's looking like second week of August will be the first intro to the trades. And so we're going to have a guy come out, teach them how to, you know, obviously none of this will be live. We're not going to be live wires. We're not going to really turn on lights and et cetera, but we are going to teach you how to do these things and see if you like it, and see if there's something that you are interested in, and maybe you can, you know, a soft intro to trades. And so that's something that's something that God put on my heart, and that's something that we're gonna get done. Okay,
that's incredible. So, you know, lastly, man, I want to kind of open it up to you. You definitely shared some huge things that you got going on in the future here, but where can people find you? What can people support that you have going on? And then, you know, like, look, we're going to keep this conversation going, and I definitely look forward to more of these discussions with you. But let people know where they can find you, how they can support you.
Romeo Travis on all social medias. I don't need anything. I ain't selling nothing. I don't care about none of that stuff. Like, you know, like for me, all my needs are met. You know, and so I'm just here to have this conversation and to share my love with, you know, the world and with God gently. Like, you know, I don't want to be the like that's not my style. So I came here, you know, to share, and I'm not here to take. I'm here to give. And so God has given me that heart, and I'm so thankful for it. And I'm still working on me, but I appreciate just even the platform to even have a moment to where we can, you know, be honest.
I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah.
Amen. This is awesome.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely.